Welcome back to Universal Sports. We're live on direct outside Old Trafford. United's done a comeback against Southampton, the bottom of the league. Ahmad Diallo, the star of the show, hat-trick. Oh, Ahmad Diallo. That's the song everyone's praising. So bring London in. What do you think? First half, dreadful.
That was the worst 3-1 win I've ever seen. Worst 3-1 win. And we played so badly. We got bopped off the park by Southampton. Like you said, the bottom of the league. Yeah. Bottom of the league. They got 6 points all season. And they made us look like we were the bottom team at the bottom. Awful. Terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. Mubsy, what do you think? Highland, since he got taken off, Zirkzee made a big difference when he came off second half. He was holding the ball up and doing the passes. The great passes to Ahmad, and Ahmad got a hat-trick. Ahmad was everywhere.
Yeah. You know what? Hoyland today was awful, and I don't want to be the one that slags players off, but you know he was worse today than Zirkzee was against Newcastle. We booed Zirkzee off that 2 weeks ago, but you know what? Zirkzee's proper improved himself, and all right, he doesn't get the goals and assists that much, but he changes the game. We were awful first half against Southampton, like bottom of the league. They're going to be worse than Derby County 2007, and here we are. We couldn't even beat Southampton, yeah. And you know what? If we had lost, I wouldn't be surprised because this has happened to us before. Watford only one win all season, then it comes to United and they win. West Brom, we beat City, stopped them winning the league on Derby Day, and then we lose to West Brom. Cardiff, we lose. Sheffield United during COVID, they were shit, and we still lost to them. So I wouldn't be surprised because this happens all the time. And like I said, it's always the test. It's all good going to Liverpool and getting a point. It's all good going to Arsenal, beating them in the FA Cup and cooking them all on AFTV. But the biggest test is bloody Southampton, because it's all good beating the big teams, but if you can't beat the little ones, then what are we? It's back to the same cycle. You know what? I'm glad we got the points, but the performance today is woeful, because if we try that against Brighton on Sunday, yeah, we're gonna lose.
Yeah, talking about Brighton, there's some players who were not on it the first half. A lot of players. Bruno was not giving the right passes. Garnacho, again, he's taking the ball on, but he's not doing anything. Highland, the big one. There's loads of players, but who was your worst player?
Well, that's the worst player, probably. Unfortunately, it was Hoyland, I'd say. Unfortunately. And it's shown when Zirkzee came on, because Zirkzee, like you said, was holding the ball up, bringing players into play, showing some flair, showing a little bit of pace to get away from defenders. He played a really good game, and for me, he was my man of the match. And he only played for about 40 minutes, whatever it was, when he come on. He just needs to kind of... Obviously, he needs to rotate, because Mainu and Agate looked tired. They looked tired. Bruno got back into the game second half. He was getting on the ball. He was picking the passes. He was calm. You know, he looked like it was a good captain's performance from Bruno towards the end. Ahmad was poor up to his hat-trick. I'm going to be real. He was poor up to... that guy on that side who was cooking Yoro, because Yoro had a really bad game. He was getting cooked. He was cooking Ahmad as well. He had both. So, and then when, again, Anthony come on, he played well. He helped him out. He played well. I couldn't believe it. He played all right. So, in my eyes, the two worst players are probably Hoyland and Yoro. Yoro was lucky to stay on as long as he did. And I just think... I can't believe I'm saying this, but we missed Maguire, because we didn't have anyone out of the defence to move with the ball or, actually try and pass the ball forward. It kept on going from left side of centre half to the middle to the right side. It just kept on doing that. Whereas when Maguire came on, you saw him ping the ball straight over the top, pinging them. That's all you need to do. You need to stretch players, stretch teams.
Yeah, they need to stretch players, the teams. What do you think of Ruben Amorim's system? I think it's working in big games, but these lower games, I think we need the wing backs to be coming back more often. That's the issue.
We're set up
to
counter. We're set up to counter at home. We're the home team against Southampton. We were set up to counter. We can't. He needs to learn at Old Trafford. Not even just at Old Trafford. When you're playing these smaller teams, especially at Old Trafford, you can't sit back. You can't play counter-attack football. That's what Eric Ten Hag was playing. Yeah. We weren't happy with that. Yeah. So just because he's come in, everyone's all happy because he's a new manager with new philosophies, new ideas. If he does that, he'll lose the fans, because that's not what we want.
Yeah, you're right. We got Brighton on Sunday. What do you think, Mubsy? It's going to be a difficult one.
That is going to be a difficult one. Brighton just love to score against us. They love to beat us, and they're a really good team. But like I said, even like the form, they're not in great form, but you just know they're going to do something against United. West Ham are in good form, and they still beat us. Wolves have been awful this season. They still beat us, so I'm just worried. It's just come game by game. Like, I think Amorim will learn from this, and like he will probably change it up. So, because he's been doing that, like I know we've been losing games, but you can see the performance there. Apart from today, but you could see performances and stuff. But right now, it's just like Brighton's going to be a tough game, and we do need to win that because we really need points to go up. We were 15th before the win today, below Crystal Palace, who had an awful season. And you know what? It's tough, yeah. Like we need to stay mid-table, but we just need the points. We need the road to 40 points, like everyone's saying. But Brighton's going to be tough. They've got good players, they've got a good team, and they've beaten us here so many times as well. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. And it's I believe Sunday 2:00 Sunday kickoff. You know them games, early kickoffs. Yeah, anything can happen. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's not just Brighton, Rangers as well. All right, they may not be good in the Scottish League, but you know Rangers are going to come at it. The fans are going to come here, going to cause mayhem in Manchester. They're just going to do it, yeah. And like they drew to Spurs in the Europa League, so you don't know anything could happen with Rangers. So we've got tough games coming up. We thought Southampton would be the easiest of the games, yeah, and we struggled against Southampton. It's difficult. We've got a long season ahead of us. Like I'm happy we beat Arsenal. I'm happy we come out of Anfield with a draw, but there's games like this. We need them. We need to improve, and we need to show what we're doing because it's going to be a tough season for us.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough season. London, we proved ourselves against Liverpool, Anfield, Arsenal, 10 men. That was a great performance. We should have won it in full time. They went to penalties. Zirkzee got the winner. So after that, then today was like disappointing. Coming back to Southampton, bottom of the league is. I don't know what we do against smaller teams. We can't perform.
You just knew it was going to happen, didn't you? Like you just because that's what this team is like. We know that's what these players like. Yeah. We've always known that. We won the FA Cup against City. Do you know what I mean? Like we know these. That's what like they'll get up for the big games, and it comes to these small games. I don't know what it is. They just can't motivate themselves. I don't understand it. Like you know, let's be honest. We don't want Eriksen. We kind of want Eriksen to leave. We want Eriksen to leave, but he actually looked like he come on and he actually cared. He was running.
Yeah.
Like, why can he get up for it? And he's, apparently he's surplus to requirements. So why can't the 11 that gets picked? Why can't you all be up for it? It baffles me. I don't. But we know what they're like, and that's what they've been like for about 4 or 5 seasons now.
So the big talking point: Marcus Rashford left out again. Where do you think he's going to go now? There's Dortmund or AC Milan.
Wherever he wants. I'm not too bothered. He go and enjoy his football elsewhere. If he doesn't want to be here, doesn't want to be here. That's it's football. At the end of the day, he's not the only player to leave us, and he won't be the last. So go and enjoy yourself wherever.
Do you think we need to go back in the January transfer if you can get someone? Maybe a striker or a left back.
If we can get someone, I don't want bodies for for no reason, like what we've done previously. Like we need to be scouting these players properly and not panic buy, because what's the point? Like we panic bought. Remember when we panic bought Reguilon? Didn't even play for us. Loaning whatever it was, didn't play. So like we need to get players who are going to improve the team. So it needs to be a proper scouting and proper they have to make a good decision on, especially this January transfer window.
Yeah, we do need like a left back because Luke Shaw has still not come back. He's injured again. What do you think, Luke Shaw? If he comes back, I think he needs to go.
Luke Shaw needs to go. What's the point of waiting for Luke Shaw when he's going to be injured again in 2 weeks? Yeah, this guy, he only comes like 2 weeks. What's the point? What's the point of 2 weeks? A fortnight? Yeah, that's nothing. 14 days, 2 games, maybe 3 if you look at. It's not enough. All right, a few years ago we used to think, okay, it's fine, but it's going to be 10 years now, I believe. Now we've had Luke Shaw, and we're still relying on him. Why are we still relying on him? There's loads of left backs out there. We've got to find someone because we can't be relying on Luke Shaw. All right, it's good, but what's the point of having someone for 2 weeks? What's 2 weeks going to do? The season is 9 months. What's the point of that? And Luke Shaw, he only turns up for England. We don't want him for England, we want him from United. It's club before country.
Yeah, he made a mistake going to the Euros, messed himself up.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Like he didn't need to go to the Euros. England got plenty of players there. Gareth Southgate, he's got plenty of players, but he had them. So why was Luke Shaw forced going there? There was no need, and we're just tired of seeing Luke Shaw get injured all the time. Why rely on him? Get someone who's actually just as good as him and doesn't get injured. And say we like Mason Mount as well. We're relying on him too much. He's getting injured. That's why I used to always say Eric Bailey. Everyone used to love him. But he used to get injured all the time. That's why I wanted to send to her back. That was just as good as him, but never used to get injured because that's the point. Season's 9 months. What's the point of playing for 1 month a year?
yeah, if it's the first time watching
Christmas temps.
Universe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. London, final words. What's the aim this season?
I think we're in a relegation battle, but the aim of this season is to get as high as we possibly can and try and pick up some silverware, try and get the FA Cup or the Europa. That's the aim.
The only route is Champions League, Europa League. You think this team will do it? I don't. I've not got the confidence.
Probably not, but let's just try and get. We've got 2 competitions that we can win. So let's try and win them and try and get as high as in the league as we possibly can.
I think we need to echo. I'm going to echo what Noida says. I think we need to get out of the Europa League. All right, win these next 2 games, so they'll have to play in February. But then after that, just don't focus on it because the Europa League is just going to make us more tired. FA Cup, I'd love to win it, but the problem is it's going to take us back to the Europa League. There's no point us going back into Champions League when we're not good for it. We're not good enough for it. We struggled in the Europa League at the beginning. So what's the point of Champions League when we're going to play like Norwich, how they come in the Premier League? There's no point. I want to see us build the team first, so then when we do get into the Champions League, we can get to at least the quarterfinals and start actually balling there. Like, look, Liverpool, it took them so many years to get to Champions League. They went back to Champions League and they went to 3 finals. Arsenal, they all right. You can banter Arsenal all the one, but they went so many years without Champions League, but they come back now and look, they're doing bits in there. Aston Villa, decades without Champions League, and look at them now, they're doing well. Like, we want to be in Champions League to compete, not to just really take a space. Give it to someone else who's actually deserving of that. Not us. We're focusing on Champions League, but we need to get our team settled first. It's going to take suffering. Let's suffer the next couple of years because we've been suffering already. Let's suffer properly and then get the team that we can actually get for the Champions League. So then when we come to the Champions League, we could come here on a Tuesday and a Wednesday night, enjoy ourselves watching United playing football against these giants like Real Madrid or Bayern Munich instead of getting embarrassed by them.
Yeah, you're right. London, final words. Sunday's game. Got confident.
Nope, not confident, but because Brian, they always beat us here pretty much the last few seasons, and we always struggle against them. So not confident, especially after that performance. But we got the 3 points, so hopefully we can get another 3 points again.
Yeah. If it's the first time watching Universal Sports, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Got Mubsy on London. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.